if you're considering the Logitech M650 mouse because it promises smarter scrolling, quiet clicks, and long battery life, you might want to hold on for just a second. But here's what surprised me. Despite those shiny specs and a sleek design, this mouse has some issues that could push you to rethink your choice. You'd expect comfort, precision, and silence wrapped in one, right? Well, turns out, Logitech M650 isn't all sunshine and roses. It has some quirks that might just frustrate even the most patient users. Stick around as I unpack what's really going on with this popular $39.99 wireless mouse, and why it's not the flawless upgrade Logitech markets it as. Let's dive into who the M650 is really for before we get into the nitty-gritty. If you're someone who spends long hours at the computer, maybe working from home, gaming casually, or simply surfing the web, you want a mouse that's comfortable, reliable, and enhances your productivity. Logitech claims the M650 fits that bill perfectly with its ergonomic shape, customizable buttons, and adaptive smart wheel that switches between precise line-by-line scrolling and hyperfast free-spin mode. Sounds perfect, right? But the promise of silent clicks and 24-month battery life might make you wonder, does it deliver or just deliver disappointment? Let's start with the scroll wheel, because that's the crown jewel feature of the M650. Logitech designed this smart wheel to give you the best of both worlds. In a breeze, you flick the wheel for rapid scrolling on long web pages, or gently roll it for precise document work. The problem? In practice, many users find the transition between fast and slow scroll modes inconsistent. Sometimes the wheel sticks between modes, making it harder to scroll exactly how you want, which can really slow down your workflow. Imagine trying to quickly sift through a massive spreadsheet only to have your mouse suddenly zoom down like a roller coaster while you were aiming for a delicate touch. Not exactly what you signed up for. And oddly enough, the clickiness of the scroll wheel itself is a bit louder than expected, muddling the quiet clicking promise. Speaking of quiet clicking, Logitech's Silent Touch technology is supposed to reduce click noise by 90%, making it a dream mouse for open offices or late-night work sessions. However, the silence isn't complete silence. While left and right clicks are certainly softer than conventional mice, the middle button and side buttons still produce noticeable sounds. So if you're expecting near whisper clicks, this might feel like a bit of marketing fluff. Here's a joke for you. Why don't mice ever get tickets? Because they always click quietly. This one, though, might be guilty of some noisy business. Comfort is another big selling point. The M650 comes in different sizes and handedness, which is great if you're left-handed or have smaller hands. The shape features a soft thumb rest and rubberized side grips designed to keep your hands snug during those marathon sessions. On paper, it's a win. But in reality, some users report the grip feels a bit bulky, especially for smaller hands. People with large hands say it's comfortable, but if you're someone with petite fingers, the mouse might feel more like holding a brick wrapped in rubber. It's not a deal breaker for most, but definitely worth trying out before you commit. And here's another joke. What kind of mouse loves to lift weights? The Logitech M Strong. Unfortunately, not this one. Now let's talk connection options. The M650 offers two ways to link to your computer: Bluetooth Low Energy or the Logitech USB receiver. This versatility is fantastic if you want to switch devices or avoid USB dongles cluttering your workspace. However, connectivity issues have been noted, especially over Bluetooth. Some users experience lag or dropout, which is a headache when you're in the zone. Logitech's Logitech receiver generally offers a stronger and more stable connection, but if you lose the tiny USB dongle, which happens more often than you'd think, you're left scrambling. Plus, when paired via Bluetooth, some users complain about compatibility hiccups despite Logitech's claims of broad platform support including Windows, Mac OS, Linux, Chrome OS, iPad OS, and Android. Battery life is one of the most hyped features here. A single AA battery powering this mouse for up to 24 months. Yes, 2 whole years without a battery change sounds amazing, especially for those tired of constantly swapping or charging. However, this can vary widely based on usage. Heavier users find themselves changing batteries far more often. And unlike rechargeable mice, the inconvenience of running out of power mid-task means you have to keep spare batteries handy anyway. For some, that's not a big deal. For others, it's a step backward in convenience. By the way, why did the mouse refuse to share its battery? 'Cause it wanted to keep all the juice for itself. Customization is touted through the Logitech Options Plus software, letting you remap side buttons to perform functions like back, forward, copy, or paste. This feature is great for power users who rely on shortcuts. But two warnings here. First, the software is only available on Windows and Mac OS, leaving Linux and Chrome OS users out of luck. Second, the process can be a bit clunky for beginners, not the plug-and-play experience you might hope for. Sometimes changes don't save properly, leading to frustration. It's also worth noting that the side buttons, while customizable, feel a bit stiff and aren't as responsive as on higher-end Logitech models. So if you're looking for buttery smooth button presses, you might be left wanting. The construction of the mouse is solid. Logitech includes post-consumer recycled plastic in its build, which is a commendable sustainability effort. 64% recycled plastic in the graphite black version and 26% in the off-white rose variant. This aligns with growing eco-conscious consumer trends and gives the M650 a green thumbs up. However, the overall plastic quality feels more mid-tier than premium, which isn't surprising given this mouse is targeting a mid-range price point. It's durable enough for daily use, but doesn't have that premium heft or the tactile satisfaction some users crave. Now, you might be wondering if all these drawbacks mean you should avoid the M650 entirely. Not necessarily. Despite its imperfections, many users find this mouse a reliable, affordable choice for everyday computing, especially if you value quiet clicks and multi-device flexibility. For office workers, students, or casual users, it's an improvement over basic wired or super cheap mice. The long battery life and ergonomic shape still impress once you get used to the scrolling quirks. And Logitech's customer service usually steps up if any issues arise. Here's a question to keep you hooked. How does the M650 really compare to its competitors like the Logitech MX Master series or budget rivals like the Amazon Basics wireless mouse? The MX Masters offer premium features like rechargeable batteries, better button ergonomics, and superior scroll wheels, but also come with a much heftier price tag, often well over $70. Budget mice might save you money but sacrifice comfort, battery life, or reliability. The M650 sits squarely in the middle. It's a solid interim mouse, but if you're a power user, investing in a higher-end model might save headaches. So would the M650 be the one-click solution to your mouse woes, or just an expensive step up from bargain basement options? Before we wrap up, let's throw in a little story. I lent my Logitech M650 to a friend who is a graphic designer. She was initially impressed by the quiet clicks and the neat adaptive scroll wheel. But after a couple of days of intense use, she soon grew frustrated with the occasional scroll mode slips and the side buttons not responding well during her Photoshop shortcuts. Ultimately, she switched back to her old Logitech MX Master, saying the M650 felt like using a smooth jazz saxophonist for high-stakes rock solos. Good, but not quite the right instrument for the job. The M650 is a solid player for general tasks, but for creative pros and gamers, it might underdeliver. All right, final verdict time. Logitech's signature M650 wireless mouse offers a compelling mix of ergonomic design, quiet clicks, multi-platform compatibility, and an eco-friendly build at a $39.99 price point. However, it stumbles with inconsistent scroll wheel behavior, occasional Bluetooth connectivity issues, and a somewhat middling build quality. If your priority is an affordable, comfortable mouse that minimizes noise and can last a while on one battery, this is a solid pick. But if you need flawless scrolling, ultra-responsive buttons, or fast wireless reliability, you may need to look elsewhere. If you want to grab the Logitech M650 at the best price possible, I put a link in the description below. Prices can change quickly, so act fast if you decide this is your next mouse. Don't let a glitchy scroll wheel drag down your productivity, but don't ignore the perks either. It's a balanced choice for everyday use, with a few caveats to keep in mind. Thanks for sticking with me through this deep dive. Now go click wisely, and may your scrolling always be smooth.